Okay, good morning, everyone. Today's session is EWM demo session organized by Skill Symphony. Okay, today's session is designed to give you an overview of SAP Extended Warehouse Management. You will understand how it works, right? Importance of the industry, and what is the future, right? And how the course can help you to upskill your career. Okay, so the training before I start, I will give some instructions. Okay, all questions will be answered at the end. Okay, there is a separate Q&A will be there, or your questions will be answered. Okay, the session will be taken by Sri Hari. Okay, so he will explain himself. Okay. Sri, over to you. You can take over from here.
Hey, okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, Akshay. Hello, everyone. This is Srihari, and today we'll be going through this SAP EWM demo session. So, in which we are having some agenda. Okay, I'll just show you the agenda over here. So, first we're going to discuss the introduction of SAP, and we're going to discuss about what is SCM and what is the importance of SCM in any of the business related things. Okay, that we're going to see. Next thing is I'm going to come to the or drill down to the main topic, that is introduction to our EWM, and we'll also discuss why EWM is important in the nowadays market for the industrial as well as for the job holders, I can say. So how it will going to impact the benefits of learning EWM, that also we're going to see. Okay, I know like most of the people, okay, you might have heard about SAP. So SAP is nowadays it's a leading software or the ERP software, what I can say. So SAP stands for Systems, Applications and Products in the Data Processing. They will say in the data processing, what do you mean by data processing? For an industry, okay, what it requires, if it is a manufacturing industry, we requires the material and how we can able to manage those materials, okay, how where from where we need to procure the materials and how the manufacturing going to happen. After that, we need to do the sales of those particular materials. While doing the sales, we need the transportation. So these are all modules are integrated to one another. If one module skips its activity, then there is a slack in the entire business. So how SAP has given prominent ERP softwares to the industries, that we're going to see it. Okay. So first I'll just start with the introduction to the SAP. So as I said, SAP stands for the Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. It is just covering your systems and applications, means the SAP is having so many different modules within it. All these modules are integrated with one another. How they are integrated? Okay, some modules might be they have purchased from a different vendor, but they have integrated with a different linkages. Okay, earlier they may be using some different linkages, but nowadays they are using some different linkages, but they are linked with one another. Or else, if that is a product of SAP, they are highly integrated, I can say. Okay, they are not the linkage, they are highly integrated. Why? Because SAP had made it like that. If you want to consider, I want to procure a material. Okay. So the material, why I should procure the material? First thing. Okay. That is related to the production. So when the production planning will start, they're going to analyze, okay, which material we require for the manufacturing of a end product. If they are manufacturing, consider a refrigerator, what are the different raw materials are required for the refrigerator or the TV, you can say. Okay, simple example we can take. Okay, so if you are just thinking about the television, what are the different materials are required for a particular what is that to manufacture the TV? So the production planning will start. Again, if you are considering the planning, there are two kinds of planning. One is the CBP, will going to say consumption based planning, like it will be a historical data. Whenever the manufacturing happens, they know how many materials got consumed to produce the end product. Consider I want to produce some 1,000 TVs. how many raw materials I have consumed. Okay, so they will going to take the wastage calculation also. Some materials may come in the damage form. Okay, so that we should avoid. Along with that, how many materials we may require. Okay, so that is the consumption based planning, that we are planning according to the historical data. That is the consumption based planning. So, and another thing is there, that is the forecasting. Okay, forecasting means, consider I want to produce 1000 TV. For that 1000 TV, how much materials I may require. Okay, that is also one kind of planning. Like I am forecasting, or else I can see the historical data and analyze these many materials may require, like that. So that is how the planning will start. So after the planning, they will going to check whether the inventory is there for all these raw materials. If the inventory is there, that is fine, or else they have to procure the materials. This is where the procurement comes into the picture. Means now I want to purchase. From whom I can purchase? Again, that is why it is the integration. If PP requires a material, that production planning is an internal department that will going to raise one purchase requisition to the within the organization. So that itself will going to convert as a purchase order and move to the vendor. Again, vendor evaluation, all those things. There are so many things will be available if you want to run a manufacturing industry. So how these are integrated? How they are working? That is based upon the integration of a different department in the planned manner. Okay, so that is how they're going to run the businesses. So we can see SAP is the leading ERP software that integrates the key business functions. Okay, whatever the key business functions are there. Okay, finance is the main. Okay, initially when they okay, if you want to run a business, okay, small business, if you have the finance, if you have the material management, if you have the sales, you can able to deal with that. But along with that, SAP has offering so many different modules along with that. Why it is required? Because each module is having its own priority in its place. Okay, so that is why we are telling all of them. So this is a ERP software, and it will going to integrate the key business functions. What are the key business functions? It might be a finance, it might be a logistics, or it might be a HR also. So when it will going to integrate the things in a proper way, that will enhance the operational efficiency as well as the decision making efficiency. So this is why the most of the clients, okay, most of the industries nowadays going for the SAP ERP software. There are so many several softwares are available in the market, which are Manhattan. You can take Manhattan is a very good EWM software. You can consider the Oracle, but why they are choosing the SAP? Because there are several benefits we have with the SAP. So if you are considering the different benefits, if you are considering the different benefits, okay, here we'll first think the first see the process integration. That is what I said. See, I just came through the production planning, but sometimes consider I want to I am into a trading. Okay, so their production will not be there. So that time will going to come with a customer means requirement. Okay, so what customers needs, based upon that we need to purchase the material from the different manufacturers, and we need to store those materials. It's just like a drop shipping we can consider. Okay, so most of the trading industries are available in the entire you will going to see most of them in the Middle East. Okay, they're going to do the trading. Why? Because they don't have the tax and all. So for that, the trading is more in the Middle East. Okay, so from there the materials will be shipping towards the different countries. So there also the process is different. Okay, but here in SAP we will going to see all the process integrations. Okay, you can able to cover all the integrations. Second part is, we can say, efficiency. How we can able to bring the efficiency? Consider I am a baker. Okay, I'm having a bakery and I'll be preparing the cakes. Okay, how many cakes I can able to make per day? Consider I can able to, okay, I am a very highly efficient, I can able to make some 100 cakes per day. But if I am automate this process, I automate this task with some help of some machineries, how much it can produce? And what will be the accuracy? So that is all will comes under the SAP. Okay, so second part is efficiency. We can able to get it through the SAP because it will going to automate the task. Nowadays, nobody will going to after the PR generation. Okay, once we know these many materials are required, they're going to create the purchase requisition. That is the internal, okay, internal documentation we can say. Once the purchase requisition is done, they should not do anything. They will not do anything. Okay, the purchase requisition automatically converts into the purchase order. That purchase order will going to reach to the vendor will going to send the materials. That materials will be picked in the warehouse, and the automated guided vehicles will be there, AGVs will going to call. So those things will going to keep the materials in the proper zones, because based upon the whatever the material we are receiving, then from there the robots will going to pick it and keep it on the conveyors. The conveyors will going to keep it in the bin. That is how the process is going on. Okay, that is what the efficiency I am calling about. So it will going to automate the tasks. So what is this task? Task is nothing but the creation of the PO is one task. After the PO, vendor will going to evaluate and he will going to send the material. We'll be creating a advance notification. Okay, so that is one task. After that, the distribution will happen. No, we need to process that. That is the task. So these are all the different tasks which, if you are automating, then it will be having a more efficiency. Then with the automation, we can able to reduce the errors. Most of the time, I can say, okay, it is not like, you might have heard about the Six Sigma. Okay, that is what will come into the picture. So in the Six Sigma, what will happen in the millions of products produced, there may be one or two, what is that, defects we're going to get. Okay, so that is how the efficiency or the reduced errors we can able to achieve through the proper ERP softwares. Okay, when we will be having the higher efficiency, definitely the productivity will going to boost. The next thing is informed decisions. So it will going to provide the real time and accurate data, so that we can able to have the strategic planning for the production of the materials. That is what the informed decision is all about. And scalability, uh, that is what I said. SAP is having so many different modules. Okay, it will integrate with each other. Okay, so that if you are growing the business, that will going to help you to scale the business. Because if I want to consider, I am just using the finance, material management, and what is that, the sales. Now the business is telling, no, no, I want to start my own manufacturing unit. So can it able to help? Okay, can SAP can able to accommodate? So that is what the scalability. Okay, we should not say, okay, no, this is not possible, only these three models can be, means they are running smoothly, why to integrate one more? No, it is not like that. So in the while the process is running, we can integrate the different modules also. That is what the scalability, and that will going to helps us to growth of the business. The next thing is the compliances. Compliances in the sense, we should not deviate to the industrial regulations. Okay, all the time we should ensure that adherence to the industrial regulations, and we should proceed with our operations. So that is the compliances. And SAP, already it is already worldwide. Okay, actually the Oracle is the base for the Oracle is US, but most of the US companies nowadays they are using the SAP. And SAP is from Germany, but most of the German, European regions, everything they are using SAP only. Even in India, so many companies they were using the SAP. So that is what the compliance is all about. Means without the compliance, you cannot able to take these ERP softwares. And next thing is the customer services. Okay, how efficiently they're going to provide the services to the customer. And why the people are choosing this SAP? Because of its customer service only. We can able to generate the incident. Okay, there are platforms, okay, for which the SAP will be to SAP will be raising the incidents if any errors are there, and they're going to resolve it within a shorter period of time. So that is how the customer satisfaction of the service they are providing as of now. And cost reduction. Whenever you are using this ERP software, how we can able to reduce the cost? As I discussed previously also, if you are automating the task, if you are reducing the errors, definitely you are cost reduction also will going to happen. Okay, that will also going to happen. So these are all the different benefits what we're going to see when we are using the SAP. And here are few modules what I have maintained here. They are very few modules what I can say, because SAP now having around 30 plus modules. Okay, they are having around 30 plus modules within them. So here I am just mentioning the MM, that is material management. Then comes to the SD, that is sales and distribution. This is finance and controlling, and extended warehouse management, production planning, quality management. Like that, we have several modules within the SAP, and all these modules can link with one another. That is the beauty of SAP, what I can say. They are not just having a one particular module and they are operating the business. No, they are having so many different modules along with the integrated to one another. They are having the a proper integration between each other. So that is the beauty here. And coming to the next topic, that we're going to take the SCM. Okay, so all these modules you are seeing now, they are not the part of SCM. Okay, all these modules are not the part of SCM. SCM is nothing but supply chain management. Okay, this is having a huge what is that industrial requirement nowadays. Okay, why? Because by using the supply chain management nowadays, there are so many industries are benefiting. Okay, in different ways. Okay, how they are benefiting and all, I'm going to tell you here. So what is this SCM? Okay, that is like from the procurement, okay, or from the planning of the material to deliver it to the end user. Again, once the end user says, okay, I don't like the material, returning that material back to the warehouse, that all comes under the supply chain management. I'm saying starting from the planning. Where the planning starts? Planning starts with the production. Okay, so in the production planning, they're going to start the which material to be produced. Okay, how much quantity to be produced, what are the raw materials are required, what are the resources are required, everything they're going to check it out. Okay, starting from there till we are delivering the materials to the customer, we will going to deal with the supply chain management. It is the chain of supplying the materials. Okay, even what materials, the finished goods has to be supplied, but to produce the finished goods we must have them handy. How we will be going to have them handy? We have to produce them, okay, in hand, beforehand, before we are moving or taking the order from the customer, we have to produce them. So how we can able to produce them? They require the raw materials. Oh, okay, so how to procure? There is a several processes are behind them. Okay, so this is how SCM will going to run. So SCM manages end-to-end process of producing and delivering products, ensuring efficient operations to meet customer demands. Okay, so this is what SCM is all about. And what are the benefits again? If you are seeing the, sorry, these are the key elements of the SCM, what we are seeing as of now. So first one is the planning. Okay, here, as I said, we can able to forecast or we can able to do based upon the consumption. Okay, so in the previous historical consumption, we can able to give the forecast demands. Okay, how we can able to forecast the demand of optimal inventory. We should have the inventory. Consider I want to produce some material. If I'm analyzing, I have to inventory for that. Okay, so the raw material should be available with me so that I can able to start my production. Because I'm just giving one example. What has happened in the when I was working with the Pepsi, they will going to prepare one what is that syrup. Okay, that syrup has to be used once they are going to open the sale. Okay, or once they produce that syrup, that has to be used before 12 hours. If you are not using before 12 hours, it will going to get damaged. So if I want to prepare the syrup, what are the different things to be ready with me? Okay, whatever the different ingredients are required to prepare the Pepsi, no, all they should be available. Then only I should start producing the syrup. If I'm producing the syrup here and okay, the materials are coming in the truck, no, it will not going to work. Anything may happen. Okay, the truck may not reach to your warehouse at all. so many what is that things may come in between. So that is why what they're going to do, they're going to keep everything ready, then only they can able to start producing the materials. Okay, the first one is planning. Okay, what are the different materials are required. Second is sourcing. Okay, so once we got the requirement, these are all the materials are required, then we'll start selecting the raw materials from the different suppliers. Okay, so how we'll going to source? Again, there will be so many different processes are involved here. Like we need to first select, means send the request for quotation for the different vendors, and vendors will be evaluated, okay, based upon the price and the quality of the material. After that, the PO will be raised to them, or else they may be having the contract between each other. So many things will be there. So finally, they're going to procure the material with all these processes. Then we'll start producing. The making is nothing but we'll start producing the materials. Again, how to produce the material? With a very high efficiency. High efficiency means what? We should have the very less wastage for the means production of the material. Okay, so that is how the production should happen. Then starts the delivery. For the delivery, okay. So here, whatever the planning, sourcing, and we are saying no. In the planning, we're going to have the production planning, as well as we require for the sourcing, we require the material management. Then for the making, we require the production planning. Okay, and even sourcing, once we'll source, no, we need to store somewhere else, right? There we're going to have your what is that will come into the picture, EWM will come into the picture, and we are sourcing means that has to be transported through some vehicles. That is there. That is where the transport management will come into the picture. So these are all the different models what it will going to say it in the sourcing. Then in the making, that is the production. Okay, so we're going to produce the materials with highest efficiency. Then a delivery, again we'll be having the sales. Okay, so SD module will come into the picture, and we'll going to, once we'll go means we identify the customers and we are selling the materials, means that has to be transported to the customer now. Again, transport management will come into the picture. So these are all the different modules what it is involved in the entire SCM. Entire SCM I'm saying. But if you may say like HR will come, no, HR is not the part of SCM. If you are saying your GTS is not part of the SCM. Basis, ABAP, they are not the part of SCM. Whatever just now I have discussed, those are like a few models which are a part of SCM. Okay, and what is this benefit of using the SCM? Again, same thing, cost saving. Okay, how we can able to save the cost? By reducing the waste and unnecessary expenses. If you are just moving the material within the organization or within the warehouse, I'm saying from one bin to another bin, or from one area to another area, that also having a what is that expense, because we are running the machines over there. The machines will be run based, maybe based upon the battery or based upon the CNG. Okay, so but we can, or we must, okay, reduce the unnecessary movements of the material. Unnecessary expenses has to be reduced here. Okay, that how we're going to have that? Through the proper integration of the modules. Okay, our SCM will going to provide such a benefits. Okay, so next thing is the efficiency. So by streamlining the operations to improve the workflow, through that we can able to improve our efficiency. Then customer satisfaction, when the customer will be satisfied, the timely deliveries. Okay, when we will be having a proper product availability at our location, and we will going to deliver the customers in the timely way, they'll be satisfied. Then flexibility, which will going to adapt to the market changes sometimes. Okay, one more demand planning I said, no, so in that we can able to analyze, okay, which particular material is moving fast, which one I should have, which one I should not have. All these things we should analyze. Okay, that will be taken care. Then we can able to have the risk reduction also. Okay, minimize by minimizing the disruptions in the supply chain, we can able to reduce the risk also. Okay, so these are all the few of the benefits what we're going to say it through the SCM. So within this SCM, okay, I am just discussing about the present or today's topic, that is EWM. Okay, that is nothing but the extended warehouse management. So, and I'm going to tell you, okay, I'm not telling, okay, this module is important, this module is least important. I'm not telling like that, but I'll be just telling you why most of the people are switching towards the EWM nowadays. Whoever is studied whoever is doing like SD, whoever is having a idea about some ABAP also, they are switching to EWM. Why? What means? Why all these people are switching towards the EWM? What is the benefit of being in the EWM module? Okay, that I'm going to discuss. But before that, I'll just give a very brief introduction about the EWM. Why EWM is currently growing like anything in the market, that I'm going to tell you. Because like few in 2024 analysis, if you are taking, okay, there are so many unprecedented demand for the faster and more accurate order fulfillments. Okay, if you are nowadays, this big billion sale is going on. Okay, they have to deliver the, and it was happening. Okay, if you are considering 2024 or the beforehand, you may be observed that I'll be ordering something, okay, but something else is coming to me. Okay, somebody ordered the diaper, they have got the laptop. So the industries may like get lot of losses if we are doing so. Okay, so that how they are improvising. Okay, how they are improvising. We must have the proper setup for that. We must have the proper arrangements for that, so that we can able to give what they have asked. Okay, so that is what I'm saying. More accurate order fulfillment, I'm saying. Okay, so that is happened in 2024, but beforehand there were so many glitches. Okay, so many glitches. How it is happening in the e-commerce explosion? It is happening because they are now with the proper solutions or the proper ERP systems. Okay, and next thing is the operational pressure. Okay, so there are labor shortages nowadays. Okay, and labors also not, we are not finding the labors with a less cost. Okay, they will going to ask like 750 per day, something like that. Okay, but even if you are a worker over there, this is also like a huge cost. Okay, so they want to reduce, okay, the labor short means cost also. That is why they are looking at the automation and intelligent management systems. Okay, so how we can able to achieve? That is where I'll come with the SAP EWM. Okay. So when we are dealing with the SAP EWM, as of now, I'll be telling very basics about this. Okay. But going forward in the class, we'll be learning why EWM is nowadays having the more importance. Okay. So here I'll just give you a brief hint about this. EWM is a SAP solution for optimizing the warehouse operations. Okay. So what are the warehouse operations? If you are considering, okay, here is a small picture which is depicting the warehouse. So here it is saying that, okay, you can see that here is the doors. For the doors, this vehicle is assigned. Okay, so we will be doing the loading or unloading activity. We may not know what it is happening here, but it might be a loading or unloading activity. Means what? If you are unloading the material, means the materials came, okay, the fresh materials came to the warehouse and we are unloading them. Unloading means we are taking them inside the warehouse. Okay, procurement has happened and they are storing the materials inside the warehouse. That is nothing but the inbound activity. I am taking it inside means that is the inbound activity. Okay, and if I am loading the material to the truck, okay, loading the material means I am pushing the materials to the customer, or else I am pushing the materials to some different plants. It might be anything, okay, but it is the outbound for you. Anything moving out of this wall, okay, you are seeing this border, no? So anything is moving out of this wall, okay, will be having a proper documentation for that. Any material you take, okay, if you are just moving that material out of that what is that area, you have to have a proper documentation. Okay, so whenever you are receiving the material, those documents are called as the inbound documents or inbound activity, I'll say. If material is moving out of the warehouse, that is called as the outbound activity. Okay, and along with that, okay, the materials, consider here only will be having some production and all. will be moving the materials in between. That is called as the internal movements. Okay, that is the main three elements of EWM, what I will say here. These are the three main elements. Okay, so what this SAP EWM will going to offers us, it offers the advanced functionalities to manage the inventory and integrate with the other supply chain systems. What are the other supply chain systems I have told about? The PP you can consider, the PM you can consider, your material management you can consider, sales, TM, all these things are the other supply chain. What is that functionalities are? Okay, so the EWM will going to integrate them with very efficiently, and that will going to provide the proper flow of the materials. Okay, so that is what it is all about. And coming to the industrial impact of EWM. Okay, how EWM is impacting the industries. First thing is distribution excellence. Okay, so how the distribution excellence we are getting it? Wholesale distributors, manufacturers, and 3PLs nowadays. Okay, if this big billion sale is happening now, so there are so many different 3PLs will come into the picture because they want to bring the material and store it somewhere else. Then from there they're going to distribute it to the different zones. Again, from those zones they're going to distribute to the different shops. From the shop they're going to deliver it to the homes. Okay, this is how the chain will going to happen. Okay, so for that the distribution excellence should be there. Okay, so we are streamlining that inbound and outbound flows here. Okay, while achieving a 99% plus inventory accuracy. Just see this, how we can one can able to achieve this 99% plus inventory accuracy. Okay, that is what it is required. Okay, so EWM can make it happen because of advanced technologies what it is involving. Okay, that is involving some RF guns. You, although you want to make a mistake, you cannot do it. Okay, that is how the SAP system is built. Okay, EWM system is built. So you consider I am just moving a material from one bin to another bin. Okay, it is already given by the system. The task is created by the system. I'll scan the material, then I'll just scan some different bin, means it will throw the error for you. No, no, this is not the bin what it is supposed to be. Okay, you have to scan the proper bin, then only you can able to move it. See, if you are scanning one bin, again you are keeping it in some other bin, definitely it is a human error, but the system will not going to make it any error, I'm saying. Okay, but if you are making a automation with the EWM, that is nothing like anything. Okay, through the automation we can easily able to achieve highest accuracy in the entire warehouse operations. Okay, so next thing is the regulated industries. Okay, so complex sectors like pharmaceuticals benefits from a built-in compliance and traceability features, ensuring a regulatory adherence without the compromises. And in most of the time, okay, so this pharmaceutical they have mentioned here, the it is a little complicated warehouses will be there for the pharmaceuticals and all, because one thing they should like they have to have the optimal storage of the materials. They should not get stockouts, or they should not have the excess stocks. Why should not have the stockouts? Because if customer is ordering some product, they should have that product to give them immediately. See, if you go to some what is that medical shop and all, then you are ordering some material, uh, the salesperson will say, okay, this medicine is over, sir, we cannot able to give. Okay, that should not be the case. If you are taking it at the industrial level, that should not happen at all. Along with that, you should not have the more stock also. What will happen if you have the more stock? All these medical equipments or the medical things will be having the expiry date. Okay, if you are having a more stock or a heavy stock, then definitely although you have fulfilled all the customer orders, definitely some materials will going to get waste. Okay, that should not happen. So the proper storage of or the maintenance of the materials is important here. Next is end-to-end integration. Seamless integration with SAP S/4HANA and transportation management creates the unified supply chain orchestration across the enterprise. So if the proper integration is there with the other we can say other modules, then we can able to have the proper what is that flow of the materials here. So that is what they are depicting. And here are the some like very basic block diagram of EWM what you are seeing here. These are not the only departments or sorry areas what will be having. There are several other areas also will be there. I have just covered four main elements here. Okay, like what are the pillars you can say? Okay, I can say whatever the processes I am saying. Okay, they are the four pillars of the SAP EWM here. Okay, what is the first pillar? Okay, the first pillar is receiving. Okay, so receiving means we are taking the material inside my warehouse. That is what the receiving is all about. I am receiving the material, first thing. Second thing, once I receive the material, no, this is GR zone I am mentioned here. This is nothing but the goods receipt zone. This goods receipt zone is area where we are temporarily storing the material. Temporarily means for how much time? It may be for very short period of time. Okay. So after that, you must move that material to a final bin. That material may be passing through the different work centers. Work centers means you may be weighing the material, you may be counting the material, you may be checking the quality of the material. After passing through all these departments, you want to move to the final storage. The storage might be any storage type. That might be a high rack, that might be a floor area, okay, that may be a rack, okay, anything might be there. There's some cardiac systems are there nowadays, silos are there, okay. So we can have anything here, okay. So once I receive the material from there, it has to move to the final bin, okay. So that process we're going to call as a put away, okay. The process of moving the material from the GR zone to the final bin called as a put away. And once the customer orders are there, we must pick the materials. Again, how we should pick the materials, that is based upon the strategies like first in first out, last in first out, first expiry first out. There are so many strategies will be involved, and automatically system will going to tell you, okay, go and pick this material. And if that will not just say you, okay, go and pick this material, it will also say you, go and pick this material. This material is available in this bin. Okay, that also it will going to show it to you. So with this, it is very much easier for the operator to just go that bin and pick the material. After that, that is the process of called as a picking here. From there, okay, we will be issuing the materials to the customer or loading it to the truck. That is called as the issuing process. These are the four main pillars what we have involved in the SAP EWM. Okay. So, and if you are considering what are the key benefits or key features of EWM, first thing is the real-time inventory. Okay, we will be using the RF guns, that is the radio frequency guns. Once I'm going to scan the particular handling unit, okay, it is already integrated, okay, through some, what is that, you can say some signals or the, some networks will be there. Through the network, it is already integrated with the system. Whenever I'm going to scan the HU, it will say a particular resource. Okay, it will show the resource name also. This resource is already scanned this HU. He might be moving it somewhere else. As of now, we don't know. But once he's going to keep the material in some other place, it will showcase that place also in the system. Means it is a real-time integration, what we can say. Real-time means we are seeing with our like bare eyes, okay? So that you can able to observe, okay, this is what it is happening now. Okay, so that is the real-time inventory, real-time integration will be available. Second thing is process optimization. We can have the process optimization using the what is that SAP EWM. Okay, so that is the second thing. By automating the task like picking, packing, and shipping, we can able to optimize the processes here. Then the next thing is complex storage. Okay, like various storage types will be there, and the different goods will be there. Which good to be stored where? Okay, you cannot able to store some materials or the plastic materials with the acids where you are storing the acids. They are very dangerous. Okay, for the dangerous goods, how you can able to store? For some pallets are there, how you can able to store? Carton boxes there, how we can able to store? Everything we can able to analyze it here. So next comes the task management. Okay, so it will going to optimize the warehouse staff and the resource allocation. Okay, so if I have a lot of tasks assigned to a single resource, and the resource is just sitting idle, it will not be the case. Okay, that should not going to that is not how it is going to work in the industries. All the whatever the resources are there, they should have the proper tasks. Okay, proper amount of work or the task, so that we can able to do the billable for them. Okay, so they can be billable. So that is how the task management will going to take place. Then SAP integration, it will going to connect seamlessly with the other SCM components or the modules, so that it will going to have the proper flow of the materials. Then why EWM is important in SCM. Okay, next thing what we're going to see is why EWM is so much important in SCM. So it will going to give the efficiency. Okay, well, how we'll going to get the efficiency? Again, automation and seamless warehouse processes that will going to reduce the errors, so that we can get the efficiency over here. And real-time visibility, because of this enhanced decision making through some up-to-date inventory and order data, we can able to have the real-time visibility of the materials. Next thing is optimized inventory. Okay, so that is what I said. We should reduce the stockouts and the excess inventory as well. And cost reduction, we can able to cut the labors and storage cost, okay, by optimal storage of the materials in the warehouse. And customer satisfaction, by ensuring the timely and accurate order fulfillment for the customers, we can able to have achieve this customer satisfaction as well. And scalability we can able to have. Okay, consider nowadays the business is storing in one particular building. Now they want to have the storage also. Again, we cannot able to say no, as of now we cannot able to implement this. No, it is not, should it should not be the case. Okay, as soon as the business has, we have to have that adaptability to the change of the organization or the warehouse. Okay, so that is very easy in the case of EWM. Next thing is the coordination. As I said, it is integration with the other SAP supply chain components, so the smoothness will be very accurate here. Okay, so we can able to have the proper what is that, a roadmap for the materials to be moved, or the workflow should be very accurate. Okay, all these things we can able to see it in this SAP EWM. Okay, so till now we have covered. Okay, so what is SAP and what is SCM and what is EWM. Okay, I have just gone through the very surface level things here. So anyone is having any questions here? You can raise your questions if you have any, so we can discuss on them. No questions? Because if you are taking this module, no, how it is benefiting you, okay, that also you need to understand. Okay, and why we need to learn SAP EWM. Okay, that is also one of the important aspect what I need to tell it to you. So the main thing is nowadays that WM is about to end. Okay, so in the market they will going to remove the WM. Okay, so remove the WM means SAP will start its what is that support to the WM. So once the SAP stops its support to the WM, the most of the businesses they are going for the EWM only. The most of the businesses they are shifting towards the EWM. So that is the main thing. Okay, which will going to help you to go through the EWM. Second thing is there are the career advancements. Okay, so many people are switching to the EWM because they know that. Okay, they know from now onwards there are so many what is that, warehouses are emerging out in the market based upon the data. If you are considering, okay, even nowadays in the Middle East, if you are saying, or in the US you are saying, so many what is that, warehouses are coming up. Why they are creating these warehouses? They are started storing the materials. Not only I'm just telling about this big billion days and all, but everywhere the storage is important nowadays. Okay, the requirement is coming like that. Okay, the storage is important, and most of the businesses are going for the EWM. At least for the basic EWM they are moving. Okay, because they stopped the service of a WM. Was a good software, but the SAP has built this EWM and they are stopping its service by 2027. And that is why I'm saying this is the right time to join the industry. Okay, so this is the right time to get into the industry so that we will going to get most out of it. Once you are thorough with the EWM, consider you are joining now, and after 2 years, you will be okay. Now you are knowing something, then you cannot be replaced. Okay, in the industries. Okay, you can demand according to your needs. So that is how it will be. Okay, and we can also say like that you can say some advancements like in the future if you are considering till 2030, 2035, okay, even more warehouses are growing up. If you are reading the some blogs and all, okay, why the warehousing is improving, okay, so for that also it will be helpful. Okay, we'll be having the means we'll be in the proper job. Okay, like that I can say. So these are the some things why the EWM is so much important nowadays. Okay, so future management also it is there. Okay, in the EWM. Okay, if you are learning now, that will be you can able to adopt it in the life. Okay, you can able to adopt it in the future job endeavors. Your career growth will be very high. Okay, so here this is the last what is that slide? What I can say where you are seeing the EWM and WM functionalities. Okay, in that why they are switching from the WM to EWM. Okay, this is the main reason. We were having only the first six what we are seeing no functionalities. They were available in WM. Okay, so until six this seven functionalities I can say they were available in WM. But after that you can see the expected goods receipt, value added service, opportunity cost, all these things are the topics which are available only in EWM. And these topics why they are required because of as I said no accuracy or the efficiency is required nowadays. And the seasonal what is that seasonal products will be there. If you are considering in this season, okay, this is the rainy season, now will be like the umbrellas and raincoats will be selling more. Okay, they are selling more. So in the warehouses, okay, now they will be maintaining these particular materials in the more numbers. And now the festival season also started. They'll start bringing the sweets and all. Okay, so how we will going to analyze all these things? That is all based upon a efficient warehousing. Okay, we cannot able to just even in the warehouse also whether umbrellas will not be there. Okay, it will be there, but somewhere else in the behind. But only in the rainy season, why will going to sit at the front? That is because of the slotting and rearrangement in the EWM. Okay, so EWM will going to provide all sorts of solutioning. Okay, to the industries. So and this is one of the like I can say advanced module in the SAP or else a niche module in the SAP and more demand is there. Now also you can just type in the SAP EWM in the Naukri and all, you can search a lot of opportunities. Okay, so that is what we can able to say. If we learn SAP now, okay, the EWM especially, so it will be a like added advantage in our career growth. Okay, so this is all about in the like in this demo session. If you have any questions, you can just ask me so that I can able to answer them. Yeah, coming to the content, okay, so we will be taking, okay, from the introduction it will start, okay. So some people will be telling, no, I'm very much fresher here. I don't know SAP also, how I should learn. Okay, you need not worry about that. We'll start it from the basics, okay. So you need the MM integration here, SD integration. They are the very, very basic integrations, okay, if you want to learn EWM, okay. So we'll start it from there. You don't know how to create the material, don't worry. You don't know how to create the vendor, you don't worry. So all these things will be telling it to you. All these things we're going to take it. So we'll start. That is what I'm saying. We'll start with the integration and we'll tell about what is the difference between the WM and EWM. And again in EWM, there are two different versions are there, basics and advanced. Okay, licensing part will come now. If you are purchasing S4 HANA, you will going to get the basic EWM. But advanced EWM, if you want to have, you will going to what is that? You need to have the advanced licensing. Okay, the separate licensing is there for that, so you need to purchase that as well. So that also will going to like what is the difference and all will going to tell it about that. Then processes in EWM. Okay, so whatever I have shown just now, they are not the only processes. Whatever you have seen like inbound, outbound, and internal. Within that, several processes will come. Okay, so those things will going to cover here. And so these are some basis activity. Basis means that is some technical team will be there. So they have to do these activities. This also will be covering in our classes. And this is the ERP architecture. Actually, no one will going to give the authorization to create this in the live projects. Okay, but these ERP without the ERP structures, you cannot able to proceed for the EWM structures. So we are telling that is what I'm saying. So till here now, you will not going to see anything about the EWM in the system. Okay, but you will going to learn some theoretical parts here. But from here only, your EWM journey will start. Okay, here we're going to show you how the R structures will be prepared. After that, how you will going to configure the end to end. Okay, so for implementation of a particular project, how we will going to have it end to end, starting from the R structure till creation of the bins. Okay, that is the master data. How we will going to produce all these things. Okay, that everything will going to see for the different processes. We'll going to get the different configurations. Okay, initially it seems to be, oh, this is so many things are there, how to remember. No, it should not be like that. Okay, you might have completed your BE and all. Even at the initial stage, okay, if they are saying, okay, you will be having around 80 subjects and all, will not going to do the engineering at all. Okay, so the syllabus will be there. In the first semester, you're going to learn some, second semester, you're going to learn some, and after the end of the entire engineering, okay, you'll be knowing all these 80 subjects. Okay, might not be the entire thing, but you will be knowing which is what is important, where to concentrate and all. Okay, so but whatever engineering we have learned, but that never came into the work. Okay, but here it will not be the same case. Whatever you are learning here, definitely the same thing you will be doing it in the live projects also. Okay, we are telling to the implementation point of view. Means one, if I have one particular company is coming or approaching us and they are asking for the implementation of the SAP EWM, how to proceed. Okay, everything will going to learn it over here. So some ERPWM configuration check will be there. Okay, if anything is not maintained properly, the documents whatever you are creating, that will not going to distribute. Okay, so that is this one we should have. Then only we can proceed further for the inbound activity, outbound activity, all those things. Okay, in the inbound we're going to cover simple inbound. Okay, if you are going for the POIC, yeah, POIC it is here. Okay, this is a complex inbound processing. This will going to cover, and GR, partial GR, all these things we're going to see. Warehouse monitor, okay, this is a central reporting tool, what we're going to call. Okay, if you are considering SD, MM, and other modules, they'll be having a separate reporting tools. Okay, but in the SAP EWM, they made it very handy that everything you can able to see it in this own only one application. Okay, then after that, what is this availability group? How the integrations of the storage locations happening with the EWM, all those things you are going to learn here. And strategies. Okay, as I said, strategies means if I get one material, that material should go to the proper bin here. Okay, how it will go to the proper bin? Okay, that comes under the strategy. Okay, we can able to have us different sets of strategy here. And if you are storing anything in the warehouse, you cannot just keep the individual materials. If that has to be stored in a particular box or in a crate or in a big silos and all. Okay, so that is what we're going to call as a HU management, handling unit management. Okay, then how we can able to have the automatically the packaging should happen. Okay, for a particular material. Okay, so how we can able to achieve that? That comes under the packaging specification. Okay, I have said about the complex inbound activities also, that will cover. Then the LOC, layout oriented storage control. if you are storing in the different floors, okay, so there we're going to use this layout oriented storage controls. After that, fixed storage type will be there. Okay, in the fixed storage type will be whenever a particular material is coming, okay, that has to go to the proper bin only. This is just similar to the rice containers what you will going to see in the supermarkets. Okay, big containers will be there. In the containers they'll be putting a different variety of rice. If I'm mixing the jeera with basmati, okay, that is not correct. If a jeera rice is coming, that has to go to that particular box or the container only. If basmati rice is coming, that has to go to that particular container only. So, like that, how we can able to achieve? How the EWM will going to offer you that? Okay, that you're going to see it in the fixed storage and bulk storage. Okay, some materials will be there. Okay, we'll just dump. Okay, in the bulk storage, but in the bulk, I'm just giving the example of if you are storing some rice bags, consider, or in cement bags, how the storage will be. You will be having a structured storage will be there, but in the bulk way you will going to store them. The bags you will be storing in bulk. Okay, so how the storage will going to maintain, and the outbound delivery will start. Okay, in the outbound delivery, again the different processes will be there. Okay, so those things will going to cover. Outbound means we should have the stock removal strategies. Okay, how the rules and strategies will be prepared here means that is what I said. The logics, the pick logics like FIFO, first in first out, or the last in first out, first expiry, which one to pick. Okay, how we will going to determine that, everything we're going to learn here. And complex outbounding will come. Like in the complex outbounding, once I'm going to pick the material, I want to pack it. After the packing, I want to stage it. After the staging, I want to load it. Then the goods issue will happen. So for doing this, we will be using this warehouse order creation tool. Okay, you might have know about. Consider I will going to order one product today. Okay, in the Amazon. After one day, I will going to order a second product. But the two different orders I have made here, these both orders are coming in the same day means they'll come with a single box. How it is possible? Okay, so this how they will going to do it is because they can able to save the cost with this particular technology. If I'm putting a two different boxes for the two different orders, one box cost is extra. And if I'm two different boxes are there means when I'm storing that box in a particular what is that bag, okay, like Amazon person if he's coming with that big bag, no, so there also it will take a lot of space. If I'm keeping both the materials in a single box, that will be reduce the space. Okay, so all those things will come over here. Okay, so this warehouse order creation rule will going to help us on that. And here only we're going to have the filter limits and sub filters which will going to take care of all those creation of the warehouse orders here. Okay, then how I can able to automatically pick a particular handling unit while picking the materials. Okay, and this queue determination and resource will going to help us for preparing the RF processes. Okay, RF is nothing but the radio frequency processes. And after that we're going to learn about the replenishment process and physical inventory. Okay, this is of one of the what is that very important process in the any of the warehouses you can consider, because with this only we're going to get to know how many materials are available, how many are damaged, everything we're going to get to know with the physical inventory. Okay, one of the very important topic I can say, means not might be for the learning but for the operational wise. Okay, and next is the opportunity cross docking. Okay, this is one of the advanced EWM operation. Okay, this also will going to learn, and how output will going to get determined. Okay, how output will going to get triggered. If I want to like the packing instructions I have prepared, how that packing instructions should move to the a particular individual. That all things will going to take care of this PPF action. You can able to email trigger and all everything will going to come over here. Then comes the ad management, just outside the what is that boundary of the warehouse and inside the compound, whatever the space is there, that is the ad. Okay, how one can able to manage this ad, that also we'll going to learn. And the wave management, another advanced topic of the EWM. Okay, that we're going to study here. Exceptional handling, sometimes you went to some bin to keep the material, but that bin is already having a lot of material or else bin is broken. How I should change the storage bin. Okay, So that we can able to achieve it through the exception handling and QM EWM integration. Okay, so whenever we'll be having the means QM means what? That is the quality management. Okay, we should have the EWM integration with the QM. Okay, so that will going to learn here. Whenever you are procuring some materials, we need to test the quality means that has to go through this. Or else you are having the manufacturing unit. Once the materials come out of the manufacturing, they're going to do the sampling. Okay, so all these things has to be go through the quality management. Once they have approved, then only they are going to store in the system. From there we can able to move them to the different what is that locations. Okay, so these are all the different topics what we're going to learn in this particular batch, and the entire batch will going to takes about 2.5 months to 3 months, and after that we're going to see how we can able to do the resume building and how to maintain like your LinkedIn profile. All those things we're going to tell. So if you have any concerns, you can just ask the questions here, or else we can just end the session. Okay, and you can connect with Akshay for the further processes if you are interested to join. Yes, Akshay, over to you.
Thank you, Sri.
Okay. So no questions. Thank you all for joining the session then. Okay. So see you if you are coming up to this batch. We're going to meet up again. Thank you all. Bye bye.